Since we're in the library, it would be silly of me not to do something about libraries. And although they're changing in many ways in terms of people not necessarily reading books, though I'm sure we all like physical books, don't we? Stay there. Physical, but libraries do a great job because they put on things like this. And this is what it should be. People coming together to share stories, to share poetry, to be together in the same place. So here's my slightly silly poem about libraries. Books, 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 words, 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 pictures, 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 knowledge, 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 people, 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 old news, new news, archives, interviews, discussion, debates, ignorance, abate. You may take 3 books, but don't return them late. Fact and fiction, reference and loan, say no to restrictions, seeds must be sown. History, her story, your story, my story, our story, their story, it's all stored in multi-story. Here, there are poets and writers, literary fighters, words to soothe us and words to incite us. Researchers and students, learners and teachers, mothers and children, there's all kinds of creatures, and of course, where there's Dr. Seuss, there's a cat on the loose! Ha-ha! He's even more fun than an obtuse goose, or a whack-doodle called Bruce, or a shampoodle called Juice, or a schnim-farting floodle-flangle called Herman van Hoos. It's also abstruse, such scholarly abuse. How dare we try to bookishly seduce our youngsters with ideas that fiendishly produce fantastical images of a surrealist caboose, rampantly loose, running on railway from wildleaf and spruce, or Robert the Bruce who finds an excuse to drown his sorrows in pancreatic juice, and a Fluvian flange called Annie Excuse, who earnestly waves a white flag of truce, what a ring-tailed splange called What the Juice, surreptitiously opens the slippery sluice, filling the valley with pineapple juice, and a Canadian moose called Zabian Zeus sagaciously slips the nefarious noose to rambunctiously run a Booty's Highland goose, constructed entirely of Engelbert spruce. Whilst Lord Rockingham's 11 orange juice to produce a rather recluse barnacle goose introduced in this particular context of use. There's no more than a rhyme for some flatulently fetid Fijian fish mousse. I am terribly sorry, it's really no use, but I must confess my preferred drugs of use are books, 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 words, 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 sound, 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 sound. This is a library. Silence.
Oh.